Hi everyone, my name is Lucy Peterson. I directed Oppressive and Crippling Demons, and you are listening to the director commentary for Oppressive and Crippling Demons. It's important context for the film that I live with OCD and that I made this film as a way to process the grief and loneliness that living with it can often instill, especially in a world that has already left you behind. At the moment, you're listening to the beautiful orchestral score that my even more beautiful wife, Josie Lynn, composed for the film. An immensely talented and beautiful person who I love very much. Follow at Josie Lynn on all music streaming platforms. Here with my opening two shots, I build the foundation of the two aspects of the film's visual language that I'm proudest of. The correlation between OCD and the loss of both the soul and of time. Pay attention to the time whenever a clock is shown, and how I parallel the opening shot in the finale, and bring it full circle. This oneer is interesting because I storyboarded it to fit a wider lens, and on the day we didn't have the lens we needed. This was the widest lens we had, and so it's very faint, though you're still able to catch it if you look close enough. We blocked it to orient the audience with Lilith's mom being by the door and never moving from there. The catch being that when Lilith heads back out of the bathroom and she walks past the door, her mom isn't there anymore, which is our visual indicator that Lilith is no longer in our reality and is having an episode.
And I'm not lazy. I've just been really burnt out. Mom?
You're such a disappointment.
There's my hand.
Lilith! Hello, I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Where did you go?
Livy and Yael were genuine gems. They were both delightful, and especially Livy I'm immensely grateful for. She's one of my closest friends, and she came in clutch when our original actress had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. I texted her like a week before we were scheduled to roll cameras, and she was very gracious with her time and agreed to star in the film, and she's magnetic in it. I love her performance.
No, I need some air.
This sequence outside is probably the sequence of the film I'm proudest of visually. My genius DP, Peter Frankel, used natural light, and the composition that we were able to achieve with the negative space looks absolutely beautiful.
I just want you to know that I'm not feeling too great today, and I'm gonna have to call out. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Alright. Bye.
This is also the sequence where the film's silence probably speaks the loudest, in my opinion. I wanted the silence in this film to speak 1,000 words, and I feel like this sequence especially really gets that across. Livy was such a trooper when filming this sequence because we had to get a couple takes of her smoking, and we were very safe. These are herbal prop cigarettes, and we had water on standby for her. As a smoker, my experience is that it can often feel like you're unable to control how much your intake is, and it fucks with your head. And couple that with living with OCD, and it's a fucking nightmare. Livy understood what I was going for in a very empathetic way, and I'm very grateful to her for trusting my vision for the film and especially this sequence. I realized in the edit that this sequence in the kitchen can seem a bit jarring at first because we cut immediately from Lilith coughing up blood to her casually making a sandwich in her kitchen. Though, why I find it to work in the film's favor is because when you live with OCD, you try to find normalcy in seemingly insignificant moments and tasks, and despite everything, you're still expected to carry on with your day like nothing is wrong, even though you're in a constant state of fear of your own brain. It's an aspect of OCD that isn't portrayed often, and it's one of the most personally relatable moments to me of the entire film. This sequence with the knife is my take on intrusive thoughts, one of the most horrific symptoms of OCD. It's my big Black Lodge moment of the film as well, because we recorded the demon's dialogue for the section backwards to give it an uncanny feel. That match cut is one of my favorite cuts of the film, if not my favorite. I didn't storyboard it that way either. I found it in the edit and it immediately moved me. Olivia's performance here specifically is so beautiful. Immensely vulnerable and tender, and it's almost all in her eyes. Peter's lighting here as well is just absolutely beautiful. It's probably the sequence where the ring influences are the most prominent. The green is so strong, though, especially for the nighttime feel that I was trying to communicate here. It looks absolutely beautiful.
I'd rather be alone right now, Mom. Can we just talk in the morning?
You are such a disappointment. Can you open the door, please?
Please, leave me alone.
Yael and Livy were both troopers here because they're both such gentle people in real life, and yelling like this was a big emotional ask for both of them, and they both pulled it off beautifully. People have told me that Livy's scream is one of the moments of the film that stuck with them the most. And it meant a lot to be told that. Even on set, it was such a viscerally raw moment that I felt the emotional importance of. That's our G&E swing, Barry Anderson as the demon. Coolest guy you'll ever meet. He's so dedicated. That's my big Sam Raimi shot. Had to get a bit of him in here. The eyes are the window to the soul, and living with OCD can make you feel like your soul is lost and that there's little of you left beyond it, which is why I wanted to begin and end the film with a close-up on Lilith's eye. Not necessarily a happy ending, though one that felt emotionally true to how heavy of a burden OCD is, as well as how hopeless living under late-stage capitalism is. A cautionary tale in a way, not for our main character, though more so for those who leave the left behinds to drown in not being able to support themselves. This is Lilith's theme. It's probably my favorite piece of music from the film. My wife, Josie Lynn, perfectly understood the immense melancholy and longing of Lilith as a character. It's tragic and tender. I love it so much. Well, that was Oppressive and Crippling Demons, and this marks the finale of this commentary track. I hope it was worth your time, and that you review it on Letterboxd. I would be very grateful if you did. If you liked it, spread it by word of mouth wherever you can. Every bit helps. Thank you so much to everyone who made this film possible, and to all of you who have been kind enough to watch it. Much love. Wishing you all the best.